Hello everyone and welcome to our channel Aspirants around JEHAN. Hello Mr. Lalit, welcome to the podcast. Uh,
Thank
we
you.
will we will begin by you introducing yourself.
I'm Lalit Jawar. I'm co-founder at Landcraft Agro. On the education side, I'm double grad from Kingston University. Then I have also studied with negotiation bargaining courses. I've had a few industry jumps from automobiles to textiles to real estate and now finally agro.
The next question is, how did you got the idea to start this farming?
So Mayank and Mayank is the co-founder
Mm.
also at Landcraft. We were looking into trading of herbs and spices over the organic section approximately in 2017. To our dismay, we couldn't really find the organic produce. Or when people were claiming it's organic, while testing, we found it wasn't organic. So we then decided that until unless we don't grow it ourselves, we don't want to indulge. So you're looking at a technology which is self-sustainable, and then we came across hydroponics, and we researched further into hydroponics. We came across aeroponics and aquaponics. I would say aeroponics is a more promising technology for the future, but it is very currently it's really the production cost with aeroponics is really high. So that is why we concluded to aquaponics.
Can you briefly tell us what is aquaponics, hydroponics, aeroponics?
So aquaponics is a it's basically a nitrogen cycle that we create. So we rear fish in tanks,
Hmm.
which gives us ammonia. Then we have bacteria filters where the ammonia then converts to nitrate, and the nitrate is sucked up by the plant, and clean water then gone. It rotates back to the fish tank. So we're recycling all the water.
And where did you and Mayank met your co-founder?
Me and Mayank are best friends. We met in
Okay.
2012. Um, One thing led to the other, and now we're business partners.
So how did you came up with the name Trugenic?
Truganic. Well,
Trugenic.
honestly, me and Mayank brainstorming one day, and um, there's a lot of litigation around calling yourself organic. So we were looking for a name that legally wouldn't bind us to something. So that's how Truganic came up.
And do you have any background about farming, or you started by yourself?
No, this was our first venture into agro. Before that, I've never even seeded a plant in my life.
Okay. So how did you thought of doing this? You said that for you were looking for organic, so you started by yourself. Is that
Yeah,
the
so
idea?
we were looking for something to grow ourselves. So we stepped upon this sustainable technology,
Hmm.
and that's how we got into it.
And you thought about the idea and how much time it took you to execute it.
It took us approximately a year to finish the construction. It took us about 8 months to visualize the plan of what we wanted to do. Before that, it took us approximately a year to train ourselves. So we went around
Hmm.
to US, to Canada, to Hong Kong, Thailand. We saw the technology for ourselves. We also worked in a few farms, and that's how we brought this technology into India.
And do we need any specific climate conditions to grow crops or something, cultivate?
Well, so the only concern or the issue that we have with hydroponics or aquaponics or um, any of these highly water tanks. So what happens is the plant doesn't require very high humidity to grow. So in the monsoon periods, the humidity increases massively because A, it's raining, also because there's so much water in the greenhouse because of the ponics. So that does lead to yield destruction. Um, but of course, temperatures are required
Hmm.
to be at around 24-25 degrees. So we have a fan and pad system that goes on and helps us reduce these temperatures. Further on, we've also started using activated charcoal to further reduce humidity.
And how many types of vegetables do you grow? And if you can name a few.
Currently dealing in 24 types of vegetables.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can name a few.
Just a note, you can hear the full podcast, unedited version on Spotify and Google Podcast. All the links are in the description.
If you can name
Yeah,
a
sure.
few.
We grow rosemary, thyme, sage, pearl kale, flat kale, arugula, romaine, lolo, oak leaf, butter red, um, spinach, baby spinach.
And I have read that organic foods are costly because it is wasted a lot because of we don't use pesticides in it. So in true organic also it is the case.
So
Is the waste more?
the definition of organic, there are a lot of certifying bodies who have different norms for organic. Um, well, according to me, if your plant has worms, I think it's
Hmm.
organic because
Okay.
otherwise the worms wouldn't be there. So there's a very vague definition of organic throughout the
Hmm.
world. Um, However, we don't use anything harmful in terms of chemicals or pesticides, but we do have worms on our plants. So I definitely eat what I grow. So I
Hmm.
term it as organic.
And what is the approximately investment that you need to start this type of business?
See, we were forerunners in the technology in India, so our setup cost was high compared to the market, uh, because it's more of an R&D
Hmm.
facility. Um, but I believe right now with the new technologies coming in with more acceptance on the hydroponics and aquaponics facility, an acre might cost around 1.5 to 2 crores in hydroponics, wherein in aquaponics it can go up to 4 to 5 crores.
And anyone can order from your website, or is it Pan India or something?
So we have a website shop, but that currently only caters to Kolhapur and Sangli.
Okay.
Um, we are more into the modern retail supply. So we have customers such as Reliance Fresh, Reliance Signature, Geomart,
Okay.
Big Basket, Nature's Basket, Food Hall, Star Bazaar,
Hmm.
Ratnadeep, Spencer's, Qmart, um, and Metro as customers. So we supply to them
Okay.
in their. We're also looking at starting with some other online players such as Frazos. There's one exotic boutique online store such as Yodli. So we do supply to all these people. We're across 150 stores pan India. Um, that's our main sales channel.
And now some few common questions which I asked everyone to my guest. What was the most challenging phase of past part when you were starting or establishing the business?
Every industry, that the most challenging part is selling.
Hmm.
And when you come with a new concept, the acceptance of customers does take time. So this was our biggest challenge, though we're better and improving now. And I think the acceptance has started increasing. People have started being educated about hydroponics and aquaponics and their concepts and the use and the benefits of using such products. So the acceptance have started increasing. We do see a market shift with
Hmm.
hydroponic and aquaponic. Um, though we're still not there, it will still take
Yeah.
lot more time for market integration, but people are getting familiar with the
Oh.
concepts.
And do you have any regrets or do you want to change something?
Do I have any regrets or do I want to change anything? No, I don't have any regrets. I think what we've done has landed up to this position, and I don't think there's any regrets towards that.
And
The,
last question. Yes. Yes, please.
the
Ma'am.
only thing I would want to change is I think if there were more players that we can kind of, attract into this industry, it will help grow this industry.
And last question would be any advice or tip for aspirants?
Um, don't go all in without knowing things. Don't make sure you dirty your hands first. Do not go by the consultant's word about this is what's going to come out, and this I'm going to break even in 2 years or 3 years. Don't go by the consultant's book. They're there to sell. Get a hands down approach, learn everything before investing.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving your time.
All right, Jan, thank you.
Until we meet next time, love, care, share, joy, help, hope.